Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Know you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I could never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How it fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I could never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I could never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it fit to be the boss, let me find out. My rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I could never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I could never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
S-T-R-O. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh?
Coach, it is a building that has seen it all through the many years of its existence as EA Sports welcomes you to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. We're set. UAT.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so
When they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 27, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
No room to be had there on the first down run, as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. On the stop, Breeland Speaks.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. That one is caught by Hunt. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there, because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution?
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big-time play there for the Texans. 53 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. A shotgun snap for Watson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes, because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This will be taken in at the 1. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Let's go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield down. He's going to air one out. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this 1st quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Back to throw, Watson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mayfield to throw it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47.
King.
To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. On 2nd down, Mayfield again. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. 1st quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Watson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. Watson. Flushed out right. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Mike, check, 59. You remember me? Let's go, baby.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Set, 19. Check, 59. Get that quarterback and all
On 1st down, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Max Crosby, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darren this one to the 30-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Check. 180. Check. 55 to Mike. Check.
On first down, it's Hunt. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Second and 12 at the 49-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
180. 55, Mike. Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
55, Mike, 50. Hey, exit. Point it right. Big cut.
Throwing on second down. Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Let's get off the regular. Check 6 guys. Hey, seam 6.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have it. And that's caught inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll run with Hunt on second down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
59. Check, 59. We ain't giving up nothing today. Mike 5'9. Pick me up. Here we go.
Throwing again is Watson. He completes this one to Mack. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from game. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. A running play there, going to get 11 as they get a quick first down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Regular. Real.
Mayfield off the play fake. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
From the gun, Mayfield. He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 13-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
First down, Texans.
Reset. Team. Mark is 59. Mark the 59. Lost the pass.
From the red zone now, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 17 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it, and they've run it well here to start the second half.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. On first down, it's Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First down, Houston.
I got you.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Let's get it.
To throw again. Watson. That's caught. It's Malone. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Zach Ertz with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Give him 30 yards there. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And it's a touchdown. 15 yards. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Mayfield looks to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, it's our house. Alert, 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 alert. Rush in. Done.
Mayfield on play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. David. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running with Howard. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run here with Mack. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Check 52.
Again, it'll be Mack. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They're able to hold them to 3 there, and that leads to a fourth and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The last run got 6. Now second and 4.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Now Mayfield. And now here's another interception. Lonnie Johnson picks it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a carry from Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx it?
Maybe jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him...
And he coughed it up, and the Texans scoop it. And he's got room. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Houston, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Oakland, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure.